Amber Rose did a very informative interview with The Breakfast Club, and she talked about a lot of stuff. She put a lot of stuff on Front Street. She's very candid and very honest. Um, they asked her about her relationship with Wiz Khalifa and how how that basically came to an end. And she basically said, she waited for him for Wiz Khalifa, and he became a part of a lifestyle that she wasn't accustomed to or that wasn't didn't want to take a part of. And I was like, okay, Amber, we still see you in the club. This seems like it'll be right up your alley, but that's neither here or there. And she talks about how being a mother has changed her or whatnot. And I'm like, okay, I see that happening, but at the end of the day, still, you're still twerking on Chris Brown in the club and stuff like that. So I don't know how much you've changed or whatever, but I'll give her that. She may have changed since having her child or whatever. She talked about her relationship with Black China, how she was kind of hesitant to befriending Black China because Black China was at one point very friendly with Kim Kardashian, and she said that she's glad she did that. They're alike. I can see how y'all would be alike. And it's something with Amber Rose and Kim Kardashian that I'm gonna speak on a little later as I tie it into what happened today. But yeah, and they also asked her about Kylie Jenner. Um, they asked her about Kylie Jenner, and she basically said what everyone else thinks and what a lot of America thinks. And Kylie Jenner's ass is too young to be dating. Tiger's grown now. I read somewhere that when Kylie Jenner met Tiger and started fucking with Tiger, that Kylie Jenner was only 16 years old, and you leave this grown ass woman Black China for this little ass girl, and basically Amber was like, she should be in bed. He think that shit is wrong, it's fucked up, and I agree. I think that shit is wrong to be fucking with no 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl who's not even legal yet. Nowhere in this country, or probably somewhere like in the South, whatever, but I don't know. So, hmm. So today, Khloe Kardashian on Twitter, she kind of clapped back at Amber Rose, and she was all like, Amber was a stripper at 15, and since you're a stripper at 15, don't throw stones when you live inside a glass house. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Okay, first of all, Khloe, what the fuck did Amber Rose really say about Kylie Jenner that was so offensive? It's true. I mean, I can see if she called Kylie Jenner a trifling ass bitch and she a hoe and she a trick, but her shade was more so aimed at Tiger and not Kylie Jenner. But what she could be mad about also is that on in her interview with the Breakfast Club, Amber Rose did talk about Kim Kardashian as well. She said that she doesn't really respect Kim Kardashian because Kim Kardashian does things like she has her boob out 1 minute, and then the next minute she's like, I can't believe I did that. My boob is out. I did not know that was just bullshit like that. Kim Kardashian, she does shit, and then the next moment she cries, act like she's somehow the victim, or she doesn't know how that shit happened. Just like with the sex tape shit, how she was all crying because of the sex tape was coming out and blah blah blah, whoop whoop whoop, instead of just owning her whorish ways. And that's why people respect Amber, and that's why I respect Amber, because Amber does some whole things too. She used her body for a come up as well. She used her sexuality for money as well, but Amber owns her shit, and never once has I ever seen Amber play the victim and not own her shit. And even Charlamagne said during the interview that Amber, she's very forthcoming, she's very upfront and honest, and she just puts everything out there. She's an open book. She doesn't really hold shit. And Khloe wants to say, we get asked by people all the time in interviews, and we always take the high road. What a bitch! That's you. Everyone's not like that. Some people are more upfront and honest about their shit. And Amber Rose clapped back, and Amber Rose said that basically you want to call me a hoe and thank you for calling me a stripper at 15, but um your older sister was a hoe to take care of her family too, basically. And it's true. Kim Kardashian has kind of built her empire off of a sex tape, being a hoe, dating these different black guys or whatever, these different guys, whatever you may say. And Khloe actually clapped back and was like, I don't remember calling you a whore, but at the end of the day, we've all been called hoes and we're even and blah 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 blah. First of all, I feel like Chloe's wrong all the way in the situation because nothing that Amber said, it was just her fucking opinion. Kylie Jenner's too young to be dating Tiger. It's just what it is. At the end of the day, she's too young. But what I will say is that I think that Amber Rose, she kind of went in more on Kim Kardashian than Khloe. I feel like there's still some resentment there. I think Amber's a little bit still bitter about what happened with Kanye and Kim. And she can deny it all she wants, but she definitely threw some shade at Kim today, and she threw some shade at Kim on the Breakfast Club. And I think it's a lot to do with what happened with Kanye West. I think she's still hurt about that. I think she's a little bit still bitter about that. And she has every right to do that. You can tell that even in the interview that she still cares about Kanye. He did a lot for her. And for Kim to come in and ruin that, somebody can be bitter about somebody ruining your relationship. And I feel like she has every right to be bitter, but I feel like she's let that go for herself. I feel like she's still harboring on to that resentment towards Kim Kardashian as far as the breakup between her and Kanye. And I just want Khloe Kardashian to shut the fuck up. I can't stand her. Why are you mad? Because she told her opinion and her truth, and what she said was true about Kylie Jenner. So, I mean, at the end of the day, fuck you, Khloe Kardashian, and fuck you, Azealia Banks. I'm gonna come back and do an interview all about Azealia Banks. I just hate that bitch. But like, comment, and subscribe.